Hey, what's up YouTube? Israel back on the quick video. Well, today I'm going to do another unboxing, first impressions, and update video. This time it comes from the house of Stephan Humbert Lucas. From his 777 line, we have Soleil De Jeddah. So Soleil De Jeddah from the house of Stephan Humbert Lucas is a unisex oriental spicy fragrance released in 2013. The nose behind this fragrance is Stephan Humbert Lucas and is an eau de parfum concentration. Alright, let's check out the presentation. Alright, so here's the box for Soleil De Jeddah. As you can see, we just have some gold inlay here with the name of the fragrance, name of the house. It does say 777 collection right here. On the back, we do have a sticker with some information on there. If we take the sleeve off, we do have a nice box that opens like so. If you look at the inside of the box, we do have a nice foam protection here to keep the bottle nice and snug. Other than that, not too much going on with this box. Let's check out the bottle. Alright, so here's the bottle for Soleil De Jeddah. As you can see, we have a nice shiny gold bottle here. Very high quality bottle. Has a nice diamond right here inlaid in the bottle. The cap is nice and sturdy, very heavy metal. Looks like it has designs like some pentagons or something on there. Gold atomizer. Very nice bottle from the house of Stephan Humbert Lucas. This is a 50 ml bottle and it runs for $2.90 retail. Alright, so here are the notes for Soleil De Jeddah. In the top we have chamomile, osmanthus, and lemon. In the mid we have ambergris, earthy notes, and iris. And in the base we round things off with more iris, leather, and vanilla. Yeah, so I don't have any experience with the house of Stephan Humbert Lucas. I believe I've heard of Mortal Skin. That might have been the only fragrance from the house that I've heard of, but this one was up for swap. So shout out to my friend Cordell Bush for swapping with me. I really just wanted to get my hands on something from the house. I did read about this one online, and it sounded decent enough and got good feedback. So I was like, maybe it's this is a good opportunity for me to get my hands on something from this house. Some of the notes in this fragrance did kind of catch my eye: chamomile, lemon, the ambergris to make it fresh, or maybe kind of give it a seaside type of vibe. We do have some iris in this, the leather as well, and the vanilla. I do like leather. Now I did classify this one as oriental spicy. On another website it did say it was classified as a leather fragrance, so maybe it'll be a leather oriental spicy, we'll see. But I'm looking forward to trying something from this house. It is very expensive, 50 mils, $2.90, so I'm guessing there's gonna be a lot of quality here. I'm just hoping this thing's gonna be something special. So let's give this fragrance a first impression. All right, here we go. Clean hand. Off the cap. Good sprayer. Okay. It's definitely getting a perfumey vibe from the top. I'm getting those earthy notes for sure. It's fresh. It's a little soapy. I'm getting the ambergris. The ambergris is giving it a bit of a salty vibe. Fresh. Getting the lemon. Getting the earthy notes. Yeah, this one sort of reminds me of, without the sweetness or without the really strong citrus notes, the ambergris in this really does remind me of a Rolfa from Creed. I'm not saying they smell alike. I'm just saying the ambergris in that one, I believe there's ambergris in that one, or the seaside notes or whatever, that fresh saltiness from Rolfa in that one. I'm definitely getting from this one. It almost smells like there's some peach or something else in this that's not lemon. There's a different kind of fruit that I'm getting from this, but obviously lemon is the only fruit in this. But yeah, it's definitely fresh and salty and earthy. Yeah, definitely really nice quality. This isn't really like a lot of things that I've smelled before, because the ambergris is very strong in this. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of the vanilla. It's starting to come up now, so it's getting a little sweeter. The leather's there, but it's kind of tame at this point. It's not super in your face with the leather note. Not really getting the iris, or at least the kind of iris that I'm used to smelling in fragrances. Usually the iris is a little more, kind of lipsticky, cosmetic smelling, a little powdery. But right now this one's just very salty and seasidey, and fresh. So yeah, I was, I saw vanilla and I saw the leather. I was thinking it was going to be a lot sweeter, but this one right now is just very fresh. But yeah, this is a nice scent. Not sure right now if it warrants a $290 purchase or price for 50 ml. That's pretty steep. But it does smell really nice, and it's high quality, that's for sure. Getting a little of that chamomile. Honestly, the only like experience I have with chamomile is like chamomile tea. So I'm getting a little bit of that, but I'm pretty sure that if there's people out there with more experience with chamomile that probably can smell it better than I can. But yeah, that ambergris is just really standing out. The ambergris and the lemon and the vanilla kind of give it a bit of a fresh, salty, kind of like lemon pie type of feel. But overall, I would say it's definitely just like a sea salt type of smell, which I really like in fragrances. It's very dry and seasidey and fresh. So if you guys have ever seen a picture of ambergris, I'll put the picture right here. It kind of smells like the picture of ambergris on Fragrantica looks. It's kind of like a white looking rock kind of thing. It kind of smells like that. If you can picture, or you can look at the picture here, it smells kind of like that. It's kind of salty and dry and fresh. Almost smells like it's like a detergent, almost like a fresh type of like soap or like a fresh detergent. But that's not ruining the fragrance for me. So just take the detergent name with a grain of salt, because I'm not trying to downplay this fragrance by calling it smell like a detergent. It actually just kind of smells fresh and clean like that. But I do like this fragrance. I'm glad I got my hands on it. This one will do really well in the warm weather. I mean, it feels like it's pretty strong. If it feels like it's going to be good for spring and summer, or just the warmer months of the year, I do think it's going to be really nice. I was a little worried about with the vanilla and some of these other notes in here that it was going to be maybe a little too heavy. But right now it's very fresh. It gives me really good feels in this one. It gives me a good scent. Not that I have a scent memory, but just it makes me feel good to smell this. So yeah, definitely glad I tried this one. This is not a bad offering from the house. I'm pretty sure they have better ones out there, more popular ones. But right now this one's okay. It's not bad. Yeah, the only thing I can ask for is that maybe it gets a little sweeter. The leather comes out and plays, kind of changes it up a little bit to make it more interesting, to develop a little bit better. And I just hope it has really good performance. I want to say that I read that it did, but we'll see. So, yeah, I'm going to make this fragrance my scent of the evening, and wear it the next few days. Give you guys an update shortly. Talk to you then. All right, guys, well, I'm back with my update for Soleil De Jeddah from the house of Stephan Humbert Lucas. Yeah, so I spent about a week with this fragrance, and I gotta say, I like it. It's not my favorite scent. This fragrance, going back to the first half of the video, did start off, kind of nice. It had like that nice, fresh, seaside kind of sea salt ambergris type of smell that I mentioned in the first half of the video. I also mentioned that it had like a fruit. I think I mentioned apricot or peach. I want to say I said peach, but I saw another user later on say that he thought there was apricot in this. It actually was a little bit a better description of what fruit I picked up. But yeah, I mean, pretty much what you get with this fragrance is a lot of that ambergris. It's fresh, a little bit of that lemon. The chamomile's just slightly there as well. And then after a while, it turns into a leather fragrance. The leather fragrance is going to resemble more like Tom Ford's ombre leather. So it's that dry kind of animalic. That's the way I describe that type of leather. Almost like, and forgive me for saying this, but to me, I don't like ombre leather because it does remind me of like armpit smell, like when you kind of bury your nose and when you're kind of checking yourself out if your deodorant's still working, and you kind of get like that armpit kind of sweaty smell. That's the kind of leather I get in this fragrance, same as in Tom Ford's ombre leather, 2016, I believe, the new one. But yeah, so again, that's not going to really hurt this one too much. It's maybe a bad description, but that's the kind of leather I get from this fragrance. But it is an okay fragrance, but it definitely wasn't my favorite. Longevity for this fragrance was average to above average, considering it is a niche eau de parfum. But I did get 8 hours for this fragrance. It wasn't a booming 8 hours, and it got pretty close after a while. But I did get 8 hours consistently with this fragrance. Longevity for this fragrance was moderate. I did get about 2 hours of decent projection with this fragrance. After that, I got really close to the skin. I can still get wafts of it, don't get me wrong. But for an EDP and for what you're paying for this fragrance, 2 hours just doesn't cut it. Seasons for this fragrance, well, if you haven't guessed already, it's going to be the warmer months of the year. There is a little bit of vanilla in this in the dry down with that leather to kind of give it a bit of a sweet kind of leather heaviness that could probably do well in the cooler weather. But overall, I think that the fresh notes, the ambergris and the lemon, are really going to stand out more with this fragrance. So it's probably going to be better in the warmer months, so spring, summer, and maybe early fall. Occasion for this fragrance, well, going back to how fresh it is and just, I do picture kind of like a beach or a seaside or something like that. It does remind me of a casual afternoon wearing this fragrance or something, and it isn't too heavy, so it's not really going to really stand out on date night or evening occasions. Definitely not strong enough for a club, but I do think it's safe enough for the office. Ages for this fragrance, I'm going to say are 30 and up. This is a niche fragrance and has a niche composition, so this isn't going to be your run-of-the-mill everyday fragrance you come across. So it's probably not going to be very mass appealing. It's going to take a particular someone to really like this fragrance. It's not going to be like something you get at the mall that just everyone falls in love with. Also, the price, $290 for 50 ml, is very, very steep. I'm really just doing this video just to show you guys what this house is about. I got an opportunity to get my hands on this house in a swap, so I didn't have to really go out of pocket that much. And $290 for this fragrance is very, very expensive. So I definitely think that a 30 and up person really appreciate this fragrance for the composition and for the price. So overall, I do like this fragrance, but it's not my favorite for a few different reasons. First, it's really the composition. It's not my favorite. It started off okay with that ambergris, and it kind of gave me some scent memories here and some good feels here and there. But overall, after I wore it a few times, it really didn't do much for me. It was a nice, fresh scent. Got a lot of ambergris. Very fresh, very seaside-y. Very salty. But it wasn't just that great. I wasn't super impressed with the composition overall. The dry down wasn't my favorite with that leather note. I mentioned before it had sort of that Tom Ford ombre leather type of, to me, armpit type of smell, which I'm not a big fan of. That's where my mind goes. I'm sure you guys out there, probably some of you guys like that fragrance. No offense, I just don't like it. That's where my brain goes when I smell it. So it's a red flag for me, so I'm out. Also, the price, $290 for 50 ml. It's very, very steep. These are also very hard to find, so you guys are probably going to have to go out and blind buy this house if you hear anything good about it. Like I mentioned, I think there's only one other good one I heard of, and that was Mortal Skin. But yeah, so blind buying this fragrance or anything from the house is going to be pretty steep. Even if you can find it for a decent price, it's still going to be probably $150, $175, which is still pretty steep for a fragrance that you're not really sure if you're going to like it or not. Good fragrance, but I think for the price, you can probably find something better. For this price, you can probably buy 5 bottles of designers or maybe less, or maybe a couple of niche that are better than this fragrance. Not a bad fragrance again, but not my favorite. I do love the presentation though. I do love the box that it comes in. It's very nice, very high quality. I can really appreciate a house that shows attention to detail. When they pay attention to detail, it can make or break a house for some people. I really appreciate it. I'm not gonna say it's gonna make or break the house for me, but I do like what the house is doing when it comes to presentation. When it comes to the juice, not so much. Alright, so has anyone out there tried Soleil De Jeddah from the house of Stephan Humbert Lucas? If you have, let me know your thoughts on this fragrance down in the comments below. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching another video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on those notifications for future first impression videos and fragrance-related content just like this. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you'll find fragrance-related photos and future contest winners. And as always, until next video, you guys take care. Thanks.